Racial bomb that has been thrown by comedian Dave Chappelle. Take a listen to this.
I've never had a problem with white people ever in my life. But full disclosure, the poor whites are my least favorites. Man, Donald Trump's gonna go to Washington and he's gonna fight for us. I'm standing there thinking in my mind, you dumb mother. You are poor. He's fighting for me.
Now, he's just a comedian, Kaylee. But, I mean, there is kind of an undertone there that these dumb, poor, white Trump voters are just getting hoodwinked. Do you take this seriously or not?
No, I do take this very seriously. You know, we live in a society where liberals like to groupify people. They're the ones that are race conscious, putting people in groups based on their socioeconomic status. This was completely over the line. Imagine if this was reversed and a white comedian said this about another racial or ethnic group.
You could never
he would be scrutinized as he should. You could never say it. This is ridiculous. And, you know, let's move on to a society where we can judge people by the content of their character, not the color of their skin, like Martin Luther King hoped for.
That's true. I just don't want to get too uptight about it because he is a comedian and it was kind of funny. But he's crossing into the political zone, Britt, and you know when you're a comedian, you cross over into politics, there's going to be a little blowback.
Yeah, he should call Chelsea Handler and Jimmy Kimmel, and they can all have a group therapy session about where their ratings are going by attacking President Trump and the voters. I just think that he should actually thank those poor whites that he allegedly doesn't like. They're his least favorite people, because electing Trump and the economy we now have, it's the lowest unemployment rate for Black Americans in 17 years. So really, maybe he should be grateful for those people he condemns so much.
Yeah, he's just pushing the left-wing narrative that the tax cut's going to help out companies. But as we said at the top of the show, you know, those tax cuts and those corporations, you're getting $1,000 bonus checks for the holidays.
Yep.
Those go right into workers' pockets. All right, so again, the left not having a lot of success on the policy front, continuing to play the race card. This is what some Huffington Post guys said when President Trump did the whole, you know, gala congratulating himself about the tax cut, and Black Senator Tim Scott from South Carolina was standing by. Quote, "What a shocker. There's one black person there, and sure enough, they have him standing right next to the mic like a manipulated prop. Way to go, Senator Tim Scott." And the senator responded and basically buried him. Here he goes. "Probably because I helped write the bill for the past year. Have multiple provisions included. Got multiple senators on board over the last week and have worked on tax reform my entire time in Congress. But if you'd rather just see my skin color, please feel free." So this is a white liberal, Kaylee, trying to play the race card on a black guy. Didn't work out too well.
Didn't work out. I think he actually apologized for that, as he should have. But this is a good case study for the liberal worldview. They look at everything through the purview of race and gender. When they see Tim Scott, that is what they saw. They saw his race. They didn't see his achievement. They didn't see the fact that he has one of the greatest conservative records on the Hill, that he worked tirelessly for this. They looked at him for his race. It is sad. We should reject this type of thinking, and I can promise you if this was a conservative that had done this, he probably would have lost his job.
Yeah, it's total hypocrisy, and you make a good point. I don't know what the Democratic Party believes when it comes to border security. I don't know what they believe when it comes to health care or taxes or defeating ISIS. I do know that the Democratic Party thinks Trump's racist. That's about it, Britt.
Well, that's